style gasket. Okay, it has a steel foil wrapping on it. This particular one is an intake manifold, but it's heat transfer, or to prevent heat transfer. Your exhaust manifold could have the same thing. It would have the foil on it. It's kind of shiny, but it's still cut paper, but it has the foil to resist the heat. Where am I at? Yeah. Latest and greatest thing, and you'll find it in a lot of places, are rubber molded. It's not rubber, it's a silicone. It's a silicone-based neoprene. This one here, the oil pan gasket, actually has a metal shim inside of it, and that keeps it from crushing when you over-tighten the bolts. You squeeze it out. Okay. But it's molded, it's one piece, and in some cases it is reusable. Now, a lot of places are going to tell you do not reuse old gaskets. You have to be the judge of that. Take the gasket out and look at it. Some of these other softer ones are highly reusable. This is a valve cover gasket. Same thing. This is a neoprene silicone-based rubber. Does not absorb oil, maintains its shape, and a lot of times you can take it off and put it back on. These things are really not susceptible to leaking unless there's another issue. Again, PCV valve systems not working properly can cause this gasket to leak. Okay. Well, this is a valve cover gasket. You look around, you find them on the water pump. We sort of moved away from paper gaskets, but they still do exist. Some of the thermostats, I can't find one there. Yeah, you go to put a thermostat in the car, it will not have a paper gasket on the housing, but it has a rubber O-ring around the stat itself. That is the gasket. Most importantly is when you install it, it should have a groove that it fits in. Make sure it fits down in the groove properly. Put the housing on, tighten it to where it's supposed to be. It will not leak. But again, you've got to make sure it sits down properly. If you sit it down wrong, you're going to create a leak. Okay? But that rubber ring around it, when you buy the new stat, should be on the new thermostat. Just install it just like that. No gasket, no sealant, nothing. Just put it in. Again, these are great, and we're using them everywhere. Like I said, a lot of your oil pans now, this is what you find. It's a one piece. Silicone coated, metal, very good piece. And again, leaks are actually going by the wayside. A hard gasket. Again, once you get to the exhaust side of the car, you're going to find a lot of stamped steel or cut steel gaskets. This is a little one. This is for the EGR valve. Okay, because of the temperature. Nice gasket. It will seal. You can use it over and over again as long as you don't bend it. If you put a crease in it, it's probably going to leak. So you don't crease it. Head gaskets. Most everyone in the world now is using a metal type head gasket. We are not using fiber or paper anymore. They're steel. This is what's called a MLS, or multi-layered steel. Okay? It's a lot of times it is made out of 3, at minimum of 3, could be up to 5 pieces. This combats the dissimilar metals of the cast iron and the aluminum cylinder head, because you can make it so that one side is for the aluminum, the other side is for the cast iron. So, and the piece in the center is just the shim. So the top piece here slides one way, the bottom piece can slide another way. It will not lose its seal. So again, remember the cylinder head expands 2 times what the cast iron does. Okay, so if it had a regular gasket, it would actually shear the gasket as it moved and pulled. So that's what we don't want. That's why we've gone to a multi-layered steel.
What are some of the materials that is made out of?
That's all
Yeah.
steel.
But you say it's like 5 different types of.
No, it's
up to
5 layers.
Layers, okay. Oh, layers of
Layers.
steel. Wow.
If you look at this thing,
Okay.
when you open it,
Yeah, I see it. Wow.
there's 3
Okay.
different layers in there. So again, one side makes to the aluminum and one side makes to the cast iron. So we can use different materials on each side. So all 3 pieces are going to be different. The piece in the center, like I said, is the shim.
Right.
So when the aluminum head starts to expand, the top part of this gasket expands with it. When the cast iron expands,
The bottom part.
the bottom part expands, but the
But the
piece
mid and the center is the.
maintains the seals on everything else.
Wow. So that's like the stabilizer of it, in a sense.
Yeah, again, and that's the part of the major issue was the dissimilar metals because they expand. If you look in your textbook, there's a little chart there that actually shows the head expands at one rate, block expands at another, and the gasket maintaining the seal.
Is the number of layers determined by the application?
The application, right. Everybody's going to do something a little bit different in there, but most of them, they're getting away from the 5 and 4 layers. Everybody's coming back to 3s. But again, sometimes it's the thickness that we're looking for. Okay, we're using the gasket as a shim. And remember, this is a part of the combustion chamber. Okay, because it's in between the cylinder head and the block. So the gasket actually becomes a part of the combustion chamber. One thing, some of these I don't like. A lot of the other ones I like them because they use what's called a fire ring, and it actually has a ring around the edge, around the inner edge here, which actually seals the combustion in. Now they put these ridges on here, and that's actually supposed to be the seal. I still prefer the fire ring. Fire ring works, I think, works a little better from all my observations. Okay.